Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Lett here. I am honored to be joined by Jolisa. Now, this is one of those interviews where you're going to learn so much about the Cleveland region, financial literacy, financial advice, ways that can save you money, potentially help make you money. Without further ado, Jolisa, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jolisa Gonzalez, born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm very passionate about finances, financial health, physical wealth, mental health, all of the combinations. I think that a lot of people end up in really bad situations because they don't know any better. But also, what I'm also realizing is that there's a lot of mindset component that comes with the money. Some people do know better, but we find ourselves making the same mistakes over and over again. So I'm just passionate about digging deeper on that side, helping people break generational financial curses and, you know, giving people the opportunity to learn and to feel like they're not alone, because I know that money could be very complicated. It could be a hard topic to talk about, not comfortable, especially in, a lot of communities, but I'm passionate about making that a difference in that area.
Yes, thank you. Now, you frequently share so many stories about your journey. Your career has taken a rather interesting path of finance to marketing. Ultimately, your passion, it involves giving back. So tell the viewers, why are you so passionate about giving back and why now?
I don't know. I just always like to help people. That's something that I've always, in any job that I've had, I usually try to go above and beyond and make people's lives easier. I like to see people happy. I'm a very service-minded person. A lot of my roles that I've had, waitressing, working in with the eviction court, a lot of them required me to connect with people on a deeper level and really understand, what they wanted, what they're going to through, and like how I could help them. I've seen a lot of people in the work world or just in general, they just, they don't care as much whether it's just they're just there for a paycheck or they can't connect with people and understand them and feel compassion for how they're what they're going through. So that's, I just love being able to help people there. I know that there has been a lot of instrumental people in my life that have been there to support me and help me grow, and I know that without those type of people in my life I probably wouldn't have made it as far as I have had today. So just being able to give back and giving people the permission to dream. I think that a lot of people, they don't come from the best environments. They don't grow up with the best influences, and you don't know what you don't know. And having somebody there to kind of be there for you, let you know what's possible, give you a little bit delusionalism. That's kind of, why I do what I do.
Yes, yes, thank you. Now, I will say, Jolisa, we're giving you your flowers because I've learned a little bit about what you do in the community, and it's amazing work that should be highlighted. And we're going to do that a little bit later. So please keep watching. Now, you're a huge proponent of financial literacy. What are some of the biggest misconceptions people have when it comes to managing their finances?
I think that, budgeting is a very intimidating term. A lot of people want to avoid that. I don't like that term either, but just spending within your means and learning how to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain is very important. I see a lot of people in my life, whether they're in their 20s, their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, often, spending money on the now, but then when the future comes, they're not really as prepared as they want to be. And I know that life is short. You could pass away tomorrow and anything could happen. So I'm a big proponent of, yes, living in the now, but also making sure that you're prepared for the future, because I mean, it's going to happen. The future is going to happen, and what would your future self want you to do?
Yes, yes. Now, viewers, I would imagine Jaleesa would probably advise against me buying something outside of my financial means. So that Mercedes Benz that I was eyeing, I can't afford the payment. I can't afford to look at a Mercedes Benz, right? Now, on a related topic, what are some of the more effective financial management tips you like to offer people?
So I would say don't knock the Mercedes Benz, but make sure that you have a plan in order to get it. And once you do get it, that it's within your means. I think a lot of people overestimate how much they make and they underestimate how much money leaves their account every month. So getting an understanding of what's coming in and what's going out. And once you know that, just then say, okay, what do I need to do to get a Mercedes Benz? Do I need to change the job that I'm working at? Do I need to start saving more money? Okay, if I put away this much money a month, then it'll save me money for a down payment down the line. So I wouldn't say you don't have to completely knock the dream, but make sure you understand what the dream entails and come up with a plan on how to achieve that dream.
Yes. Okay, you heard it now, everyone. Mercedes Benz in my future, or at least in my dreams, right? Now, with the economy, it's challenging. People are facing career pivots and loss of employment. What advice would you give to anyone facing, any of those setbacks?
I would say the first thing is just to realize that you're not alone, that what is happening to you is actually more common than you think. People don't talk about the bad times a lot. So when you're on social media, it may feel that you're the only one going through this and you may have be having a hard time or experience, but just know that it's okay. You're not the only person that has gone through this. And there's many people that have gone through this that have entered a such better phase of their life. So, changing that mindset from like feeling like, wow, like this stinks, like why would this happen to me? What like there's no possibility for the future to what's next for me? What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I expand? You know, a lot of these career pivots are so instrumental because if you didn't lose that job, if you didn't leave that job, you may have been in a career or a job that you didn't even want to be, and you may have stood complacent, and come 80 years old you would have wished that you tried this or you tried that. But sometimes you're forced to take that leap and to try something new, because a lot of us, I think, I know me personally, I have a trouble starting or making the change or taking the risk, and the world's like, okay, you have trouble. Here you go. I'm pushing you off the ledge.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Now, you touched on earlier in the interview how so many people were instrumental in kind of your path and really your success. As a community leader yourself and a hero to so many people, what inspires you to lead with vulnerability as a way of building authentic connections?
Community leader and hero. I don't know. It's like all of that. I mean, I'm involved, but those are. I feel like there's the people that deserve that title more than me. Now I forgot what the question was. What was the question again?
Essentially, as a hero and community leader, what inspires you to lead with vulnerability as a way to build connections?
So I took a sabbatical about 2 years ago, and during that sabbatical, I talked to probably around 70 people in the financial services industry. And my whole goal was just to learn about them and their journey and how they got to where they were. A lot of those conversations were very vulnerable. And that's where I learned that, yeah, a lot of people go through pivots, a lot of people go through hard times, a lot of people fail, a lot of people struggle, but at the end they kind of landed in a place where they wanted to be. So seeing how people's vulnerability impacted me so positively, I like to also return that favor, because I think that it goes back to the mindset component I was talking about with finances. You could have the information, but you're making the mistakes all the time, or you're doing these things, or you keep on buying the coffee. But if you know someone else went through the same thing and they were actually able to, move past it, you may be more likely to change for the better or reach your goals the way you want to, if you know that you're not alone. I think that a lot of people are like, it's me, I'm the problem, no matter what I do, like it's not going to work out. But knowing that someone else has gone through this before, like when I studied for my Series 65 test, I thought like I was just so stupid. I'm like, I can't remember this. It's confusing. I'm getting my wires twisted. And then one of my colleagues in the industry, she was like, yeah, I failed my other test like 5 times or like 4 times before I even passed. And I was like, you failed? I'm like, I would have never expected that. So if she didn't tell me that, I probably would not have like passed the test, because it's like a mental thing. Like when you mentally check out, then your the odds of success will probably drop a little bit. So just vulnerability is very important, because you never know who's listening and how your story could help them in whatever they're going through.
Yes. Now, your story, this interview has been incredibly insightful, and something that someone's going to take something away from it. And you and I talked before the recording about really what's going on in Jolisa's life. And so, any exciting career updates you would like to share?
Yeah, so I have been in the financial services industry for quite some time now, and I am in the season where I'm being pushed to think bigger about the impact that I want to make in financial services. What started with an interest in personal finance has evolved into years of experience across marketing and operations, planning support, business development within the industry. And along the way, I really realized that I'm so passionate about helping people gain that clarity, confidence, and stronger relationship with money. Like I mentioned before, I passed my Series 65 with lots of tears before, during, and after the test. And right now, I'm just focused on continuing to grow within this industry, increase my knowledge on the financial planning side, on the investment strategy side, while building a career that blends education, relationship building, and long term impact. So I'm in a growth period right now, and just looking to take the next step and to work with a team that I could bring my value to, while also increasing my skill sets.
Yes. Thank you for that. And thank you for everything you've shared throughout this interview. And really, to wrap things up, what takeaways from this interview should viewers leave with?
You're not alone. Whatever you're going through, someone else probably went through it as well. Don't be afraid to ask for help. There are so many people out there, strangers that will are willing to help you, to give you advice. If you're navigating a career pivot, don't hesitate to reach out to people in your industry that you're interested in working in similar roles. Their story can be so impactful to you. Just being, oh my goodness, like open and asking questions and being receptive could be so invaluable to whatever you're doing. And if you want that BMW, start putting a little bit of money from your check aside now. And just make sure to look at your money going out, your money going in. And if you get this BMW, are you going to go further into debt because you can't afford your bills? Just understanding that balance. And try to understand what your values are and what's important to you. And when you do, then you could try to spend more in line with your values. I've seen a lot of people spending just to spend. But if you dial back a little bit and think about what's really important to you, you may feel a little bit more aligned financially.
Yes, thank you. And I will say for anyone watching this, Jolisa has been amazing and incredible with really her time and really just opening up herself to really questions that I've had, and I wanted to connect. I wanted to learn from her, and so I will agree that opening up, being vulnerable is something that really can take you as far as you would like it to take you. Now, lastly, for anyone watching this that they want, whether it's financial advice, they have questions, how can they connect with you?
You can find me on LinkedIn, Jolisa Gonzalez, Gonzalez with two Z's, no S's. That's probably the best way to get in contact with me.
Yes, so please reach out. Jolisa, she got you. She'll make sure you can afford that Mercedes Benz or that BMW, or at least she can tell you, yeah, you should just dream about driving in it. So thank you, Jolisa. It has truly been an honor.
Of course, thank you for having me. It was a great conversation.